If you are trying to bulk up, you are struggling with one thing and one thing only. And that is actually eating all the food that you need to. It just seems like it's impossible to eat all of that food, but it really isn't that complicated. To make your bulk as simple as possible, you need to look for foods that are very calorie dense while also being really easy to get down. And I'm gonna show you exactly that. The best foods that will simplify your bulk. The first food is a personal favorite of mine, and definitely one of the most effective bulking foods. I'm of course talking about milk. But when I say milk, I mean real milk, and not some nut milk garbage. Just good old full-fat milk, or even flavored milk that will have even more calories. It just depends on how much you are struggling with getting in your calories. The reason why milk is so good for bulking is because it's all liquid calories, so you don't need to sit next to your table for 50 minutes trying to chew down everything on your plate. You just drink it and you're done. It's way easier and way faster. As you will see in a lot of the bulking foods in this video, taking advantage of liquid calories is really important if you are struggling with gaining weight. But milk is not the only dairy product that is great for bulking. We of course can't forget about all the dairy products like cheese, Greek yogurt and cottage cheese. What you should keep in mind for all the dairy products is that you should always go for the full fat version, or at least for the normal version. Don't go for the low fat version, that would be just counterintuitive to what you are trying to achieve, which is bulking up. But one food item that really deserves to be put on a pedestal is eggs. This is really as close as it gets to a quote-unquote superfood. Not only that it's a high quality protein source, but the yolk is full of nutrients, and most importantly, it has a lot of fat, which you should definitely not fear. Eggs are really the most complete food on the planet. It has everything that you would want if you want to be a healthy and well-functioning human being. And one of the best things about eggs is that there is so many ways in which you can prepare them. So even if you get sick of eating hard-boiled eggs, you can just switch to soft-boiled eggs or just make a scramble out of them. I would recommend everyone to add eggs to their diet because, as I said, it's really as close as it gets to a superfood. And yes, I would recommend you to eat eggs even if you are cutting, because your body still needs some healthy fats to function properly. That's why eggs are a brilliant choice in any type of diet. What is also really helpful if you are someone who is struggling with putting on weight is nuts and dried fruit. Dried fruit is really yummy and it's also really convenient because you can take it with you basically anywhere and use it as a quick snack. And of course, it's very calorie dense, making it ideal for bulking. And it goes amazingly well with nuts. And nuts are also really calorie dense and easy to eat. So when you combine these two things together, you have a very tasty snack with a ton of calories. So whenever you are going somewhere, take a mix of nuts and dried fruit with you, so you can eat it in the meantime. This way you can spread out all the foods that you need to eat in a day, and make the bulk way easier than if you had to eat a mountain of food all at once. Spreading out your meals into multiple smaller ones will make your bulk so much easier. And when we are already talking about nuts, we of course can't forget about nut butters, which might be a lot more appealing to a lot of you than just eating nuts. I know that a lot of you love peanut butter, so it should be no problem. One of the most delicious combinations is peanut butter with banana. And banana is exactly what I want to talk about next, because banana is not like other fruit. Vast majority of fruits and veggies are very low in calories, which means that they are much better for cutting than for bulking. And that's because fruits and veggies are very satiating, and that's the exact opposite of what you want when you are bulking. That doesn't mean that you should stop eating all fruits and veggies though, it just shouldn't be your main focus. But banana is an exception, as it is a very good carb source. One big banana can easily be 100 calories, which makes it one of the best bulking fruits. One other fruit that I would also highly recommend is avocado. Yeah, apparently avocado is a fruit and not a vegetable. Avocado is a great source of healthy fat and it's also really delicious. I would highly recommend you to take a slice of bread, put a little bit of butter on top of it and then add a generous amount of mashed avocado on top, with a sprinkle of pink salt. This is one of my favorite snacks. The pink salt really takes the flavor to another level. Try it out and you can let me know in the comments if you like it or not. As you could notice so far, eating foods that have a lot of healthy fats in them is pretty crucial. That's why the next entry will be something that you might not think of as a food, but it technically is food. Yes, I'm talking about olive oil. And no, I don't think that you should just chuck olive oil right from the bottle, even though I have seen some people do it. There are much better ways of going about it. 1 tablespoon of olive oil is roughly 120 calories. So every time you cook something, make sure that you add in some olive oil. This will dramatically increase your calorie intake and make your bulking much easier, because it will add absolutely zero volume to your food and that's exactly what you want. As you could see, all of these foods we went over so far had a good amount of fat in them, which makes them perfect for bulking. But healthy fats are not the only thing that we are looking for. You also want some carb sources that will help you grow. But before we get to the carb sources, I just want to quickly tell you that I got great step-by-step nutrition plans for bulking, cutting and even maintenance with tons of satisfied customers. So if you really want to have it all laid out in an easy to understand way, go to bodybuildingsimplified.com and start today. Alright, when it comes to the carb sources, you can't really point out the one that is the best, as they are all basically the same. Rice, pasta, potatoes, oats, it really doesn't matter that much. But they do differ in one thing, and that is digestibility, and that is going to be different for each individual. Someone might feel sluggish even after an hour after eating a plate of potatoes, and someone else might digest it without any troubles. You just have to try what fits you best. I know that most of you have never really thought about this, but if you start paying attention to how your body reacts to certain foods, you can avoid a lot of troubles. Imagine that you eat a big pre-workout meal, and even after 2 hours your stomach still feels weird. And then try squatting when your belly is feeling weird. Of course it's gonna suck. So try out different foods and see what your body responds to the best. While we are still talking about carb sources, an honorable mention is cereal. But it's usually packed with insane amounts of sugar, so I would recommend cereal only in moderation, or only if you are just an extreme skeleton and you have to do everything in your power to gain weight. Now let's talk about the best tip of the video, that I saved for last as a reward for the loyal viewers. At the start of the video we went over how amazing milk is for bulking, mainly because it allows you to consume a lot of calories in a liquid form, which is very easy. But you can take this even a step further. How, you might ask? Smoothies. This is hands down the number one thing that you should do to make your bulk so much easier. You can pretty much make smoothies out of anything, there are no rules.
Dann nehme ich ganz normal, baller das mit da rein.
Okay, maybe there are some rules. You can take almost any of the items in this video and blend them into a smoothie and easily get over 1000 calories. Peanut butter with banana, milk, oats and protein powder, and you get yourself a smoothie with a ton of calories and protein. Just the perfect mix. But be mindful of one thing. When you see all those smoothie recipes on the internet that say something like, "Make this smoothie, it has 100 grams of protein, bro." Then yeah, it might look really exciting, but your body isn't physically capable to use that much protein in one go. Once you get to like 50 grams of protein in one smoothie, there is no point in adding more. It's not going to be helping you, it's just gonna make your bulk way harder. Why, you might ask? Well, protein is very satiating, and do you want to be satiated when you are bulking and you have troubles eating all the food? Well, of course not. So don't use like 2 or 3 scoops of protein powder in one smoothie, that is just counterproductive. If you use other ingredients that have a decent amount of protein in them, then just add in 1 scoop of protein powder for the flavor and for the little bit of protein, and that will be more than enough. Plus, the protein powder is gonna last you way longer, so it's just a win-win situation. If you start eating at least some of the foods I showed you in this video, I guarantee that your bulk will become much easier. And please, share your favorite bulking foods in the comments, so that we can help our brothers go from a skeleton to a beast. Hey, check out this video, YouTube thinks that it's the perfect one for you.